crazy, busy time of year. Everybody's got a million different things going on, but we're so excited to have you all here for our celebration of lights. And all month long, actually going back to November, we have been learning about the word tradition and what the word tradition means to every family. And we have learned that a tradition is something that is passed down year to year. It's something that you enjoy doing every year around the same time. And we've talked about our major holidays during this time of year, but we've really focused on what the tradition is. Not necessarily that we all celebrate different things, but that we have special traditions we share with our families. And what you're going to see today is the culmination of about a month's worth of work that the kiddos have done and done an amazing job with. It started way back after Thanksgiving where they came home with their sloppy copy organizer and you worked with them to draw their pictures. And from those pictures have developed our 2012 edition of the Celebration of Lights book. They took that organizer, they used it in Writer's Workshop, and they wrote about their tradition in our how-to genre of writing, which is what we're currently learning about, how to explain something to someone else clearly. And they were able to take those ideas and use the vocabulary that goes along with how-to writing, write up the sloppy copy, and then take that sloppy copy down to the computer lab and word process their own page, and then bring that page back to class and practice reading that page in front of teachers and kids. So let's just start off with a round of applause. For first graders, that is quite impressive. And as a whole, they've just been so excited to share this day with you. So, your order of readers was on your chair, so flash photography is welcome. Cable 8 is also graciously videotaping it for us, so it will be on Norfolk Cable 8. And just so you have, when your camera's ready to go, the kiddos are going to just walk up around the stage and stand in front of the smartboard. Perfect opportunity for your picture right here. So we practice looking at the audience, so hopefully that will be the case. So without further ado, we are going to go ahead and get started. Oh, I forgot to tell them about our new tradition. What's our new tradition that we're passing on to the next class? Mason, what did we do?
Our poems and songs.
We're the first class to read our poems and songs to an audience, so that's one of our traditions that we're passing on. Sydney, what's the other tradition?
Poinsettia.
The beautiful poinsettia plants that are out in the hallway, that's another new tradition that we're passing on. And one other tradition that I didn't even think of that the kiddos told me, and I was kind of like, They said, we're going to be the first Mrs. Antonella's class to do so. And I was like, oh, yes, that's true. Very good thing. So I just said, good teaching point. They know what tradition means. They're passing new things on to others. So now without further ado, we're going to start with Dean reading his tradition. So come on up, Dean.
My family tradition is making cookies. First, get the dough and flour and mix them up. Next, cut out the cookies. Then I bake them. Last, we make sure that it's cooked and we eat the cookies.
Oh. Our next tradition is Mason's.
My family tradition is hosting my family's annual Mudbowl football game. First, I send invitations. Next, people arrive. Then my whole family plays football. Last, we eat.
Our next tradition is John's.
My family tradition is to put cookies out for Santa. First, I make the cookies. Next, find a place, then put cookies out near the tree. Last, I smile at the home on the plate.
Oh, that's the best part. Our next tradition is Trevor's.
My family tradition is making pierogies to eat for our Christmas dinner. First you make the dough, next you fill with pierogies, then you cook the pierogies, last I eat the pierogies with my family.
Our next tradition is Emily's.
My family's tradition is decorating a Christmas tree. First we pick out a tree. Next I bring it home. Then I set it up. Last I decorate my tree with ornaments and lights and a story.
Our next tradition is Heidi's.
My family tradition is wrapping presents and putting them under the tree. First I get the present. Next I wrap the present. Then I put the present under the tree. Last we all get to open their presents.
Our next tradition is Jackson's.
My family tradition is we celebrate my birthday and we hang stockings. First, I open my presents. Next, me, my mom, and my dad, and my sister eat appetizers. Then we hang our stocking on our staircase. Last, we leave cookies and milk and carrots for Santa and his reindeer.
Our next tradition is Ryan's.
My family tradition is getting my tree. First, I get my tree and take it home. Next, I decorate my tree. Then I go to sleep. Last, Santa comes and gives us presents under our tree.
Our next tradition is Sydney's.
My family tradition is cutting down our Christmas tree. First, we pick our tree up. Next, we cut our tree down. Then my dad puts our tree in our car. Last, my family gets hats after the paint.
Our next tradition is Logan's tradition.
We have a dog like Logan. My family tradition is first I put up my thumb. Next I put candy in the thumb. Then every day I take a piece of candy, put on the counter. Last I take one piece of candy out of the
Our next tradition is Julia's.
My family tradition is picking out a tree and decorating it. First, I pick out the tree and take it home. Next, we put the lights on the tree. Then we put the star on the tree. Last, we put the ornaments on the tree.
Our next tradition is Nora's.
My family tradition is making churros. First, I get the babies in the book. Next, I roll the dough. Then, I adjust the ornaments and shapes. Last, I put them on the tree.
Our next tradition is Taylor's.
My family tradition is going out for Christmas Eve dinner. First, I go out for dinner. Next, I get a present from my friends. Then, I sprinkle the reindeer dust. Last, I go to bed at Grandma's.
Our next tradition is Zach's.
My family tradition is setting up the tree. First, I set it up my hands on. Next, I get lights and put them on the tree. Then I hang up ornaments on the tree. Last, I put in the Christmas tree.
Our next tradition is Victoria's.
My tradition is waking up and opening gifts from Santa. First, I go downstairs and open my gift. Next, I open my stocking. I am very happy. Then, I rip into my gift. It is fun. Last, I play with my toys. I have a great time.
Our next tradition is Ethan's.
My family tradition is celebrating Hanukkah and lighting a menorah. First, I get the menorah. Next, Dad lights the candles. Then, we put the candles on the menorah. Last, we get presents.
Our next tradition is Cam's.
My family tradition is donating toys to Toys for Tots. First, go to the store. Next, get toys but don't wrap them. Then, go to the police station. Last, I drop the toys off at the police department.
Our next tradition is Sam's tradition.
My family tradition is getting my Christmas tree. First, I get my Christmas tree, tropical tree. Next, I get my ornaments at my house and put them on the tree in the stand. Then I get my lights on the tree. Last, my dad turns on the lights and me and my sister decorate the tree.
Our next tradition is Tia's.
First, I pack up my clothes. Next, I go into my car, and we drive to New York City. Then I look at every building. Last, I eat dinner with Atlanta.
And our last tradition for this year is Miss Masha.
My family tradition is Father Frost comes to our house on New Year's Eve. First, they learn a poem or song in the fall. Next, they read till winter because Father Frost comes in the winter. Then they take a nap because he comes at night. Last, they tell the poem or song to the Father of Frost.
Can we have one more round of applause? Ask my kiddos to stand. The lyrics to our poems and songs are posted right here on the wall for you. Boys and girls, what's our first song we're going to start with? Now, you're singing to them today, not to me, so look at them. Are you ready?
In December I will be a bauble-bangled Christmas tree with soup bowls draped all over me. Merry once, merry twice, merry chicken soup with rice.
Gentlemen, what's our second song?
Dreidel.
We're still singing to them. Are you ready?
I have a little dreidel, I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, with dreidel I shall play. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, with dreidel I shall play.
What is our third song?
Kwanzaa, Kwanzaa.
And the kids have asked me to see if you can hear the tune. It's a familiar tune, so see if you can make a connection between this poem and a poem you might already know. Are you ready?
Kwanzaa, Kwanzaa, 7 nights, light the candles, oh so bright. Candles colored red and green, black too can be seen. Kwanzaa, Kwanzaa, 7 nights, light the candles, oh so bright. Family, food and fun, Kwanzaa time has just begun. Kwanzaa, Kwanzaa, 7 nights, light the candles, oh so bright.
Anybody want to be brave and guess the tune, Mrs. Bolligan?
Twinkle, twinkle.
Is she right?
Yes.
Yes. Pat on the back. Thumbs up if you had the same thinking as Mrs. Bolligan. I'm going to ask my stage to sit back down just for a second. The harp is done. Didn't they do a great job?